this is Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, and you're listening to the
Booty League
podcast.
Yo, what's up? Week
What's good?
4 of the Booty League podcast. I'm David, and today we have a special guest, Timmy.
It's your
Timmy.
boy Sean Brady. What's good?
And as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Chris.
What's up, guys?
And so we have a fun show for you today. We'll hop right into it with the waiver wire. Chris, you want to
All
start
right,
us
let's
off?
look at the waiver wire. Bye weeks are coming in, right? We got Detroit and Green Bay this week, so people are making moves wherever they need to. The highest bidded running back this week was Ernest Johnson, 9 bids, and it went to David for 45. Robert, and then everything else is 3 to 5 bids. So we talked about the highly contested waiver wire pickups. Marcus picked up Robert Tonyan for 30 fab. Chris picked up Justin Jackson for 21 fab. David picked up Scotty Tuhati Miller for 13 fab, and then Timmy picked up Malcolm Brown for 11 fab. So a good amount of us are on here for these pickups. David, let's talk about your Dearness Johnson pick. What were you thinking, and how do you feel about it?
So, I don't really need a running back, but piggybacking off what we said at the start of the show, depth is really important in these weeks because bye weeks are starting soon. So I figured I would need that running back within like the next few weeks or so, and running backs are going down pretty often. Like it's almost like every game almost is like every week is like another star running back going down. So I just wanted to have my options open in that department.
For sure. And Timmy, how do you feel about the Malcolm Brown pickup for 11?
It looked good to me. He played a lot last week. I'm just having him in case like one of the Rams RBs goes down, because right now it's a committee that it's hard to predict, But I do want him part of the Rams backfield, so that's why I picked him up.
Gotcha.
What about you, Chris? Why did you pick up Justin Jackson for $21?
I like Justin Jackson a little bit better than Dearness Johnson. I know they both run the ball. I think as long as Justin Herbert's playing, they're going to need to run the rock to help the rookie out. And I buy into the narrative that who's the coach, Anthony Lynn, utilizes 2 running backs. So just buying into that narrative and then picking up the number 2 running back for the Chargers for some depth and also a play this week because I don't have Aaron Jones as well.
Yeah, okay.
Justin Jackson's been doing good when he's gotten like the chance to play too.
Yeah. I thought he looked good, but I mean Josh Kelly jumped him, so we'll see how this pans out. If he keeps fumbling, it might be better for me. So if Joshua Kelly keeps fumbling, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I thought he was good too. But I went big on Dearness Johnson, and I spent big on Scotty Miller, and I had to pick up a tight end, so I didn't want to spread my money too thin. So I had to pick and choose my spots. But I do like Justin Jackson.
Gotcha. And why'd you Dearness Johnson over Justin Jackson since you did spend 45?
So I thought that a similar situation to the Chargers. The Browns also do like a 2 running back type of scheme, right? And the Browns are the best running team in the NFL right now, so I wanted a piece of that over the Chargers, which is like all right, but they're not like the best running team. So that was my reasoning.
All right, let's jump into the quick questions. Our first quick question was from the listener. Do you think this season's championship will be the hardest to win because of COVID affecting the season? So let's start off with Timmy, our guest. How do you feel about this league and winning it in COVID and all?
Yeah, I do think this is gonna be the hardest year to win. Well, we all know like there was no preseason, so that made it already harder to draft. You didn't know how teams were gonna play, and like with a bunch of new stuff happening this season, it's just really difficult to predict it. And then now with you seeing COVID affecting teams on a week-to-week basis, like players or teams are not playing, that makes it even harder because like you're gonna have to figure out who to drop, or just how you value your team. Like if you value this player enough to keep him on your roster, it's gonna be hard to find someone to replace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's not like a bye week too. The NFL are treating it like a bye week, but for fantasy's sake, it's like a bye week, but it's like you can't plan for it in advance, right? Because maybe you're
Mhm.
planning
Hmm.
like when you're drafting, you don't want to stack up your bye weeks, but now bye weeks can come like almost any given week, and so it's even more important now to have depth on your roster over like the lottery picks, you know.
Absolutely, and just to build off like how dangerous it can be, because like for example, like you lose someone like Cam Newton who's like running the offense, and then now like all the other pieces just kind of crumble. So, um, yeah, let's say you have um, the running back there that you wanted to play, but Cam Newton's not there, and then you can't put James White on the IR, for example, in the COVID list because he doesn't have COVID. He's just affected by the COVID player. Um, yeah, otherwise I agree with all your points. And then, which team do you look forward to beating every year? That's our second question. Which team do you look forward to beating every year? David, what do you think?
Um, as usual, I don't know why, but I really have no reason to hate this team, but I don't like losing toงี้at all. And so it's good that I got that week 1 dub under my belt. Get it done, get it out of the way early, and then I can move on with the rest of my season. What about you, Chris?
Oh man, that's tough. I'm just trying to win week in and week out, But I think the person I look forward to beating every year, probably just because like it's my boy, like because we're homies and we do always play in like a tight game for the most part. Is Ty.
Hmm.
Um, for whatever reason. But yeah, I think I look forward to just our matchup because we always end up playing like week 1 or something, and it's the jitters of fantasy football starting again and etc. So that's always fun to look forward to. And Timmy, what do you think? Is there anyone you look forward to beating every year?
Yeah, I don't know why this happened, but I always want to beat Michael, bro. Like ever since he joined the league, every week I
Yeah.
play Michael, I just BM the shit out of him, bro. Like I won't say good luck or like if I beat him, bro, I'll be like GG easy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, but
I
then
don't
you
know
took
why,
that
but it's
L.
just Michael.
You took that L last
Yeah,
week.
bro, that's why I was like when I played Michael this year and Lockett popped off on me, bro, I was pissed. Yeah.
Do you guys play again, or do you not know? Let's see.
I don't know. Most years I do play him twice, so
Okay, yeah.
I'm
and I always
I'm
try getting the trade rape on him, bro. But like
glad.
this year it didn't work.
All right, all right. And what do you regret the most this season? Start us off, Timmy. I know you were talking about this earlier.
Yeah, I definitely regret dropping Henderson, bro. Like I thought he was like in the preseason when I was reading shit up, I was like, damn, Henderson's gonna be the guy. But then week 1, he gets like what 2 or 3 carries for like barely anything. So I
Hmm.
dropped him. But
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah.
What about you, Chris?
For me, I think the regret I had this season was definitely Deshaun Watson. I think drafting Deshaun Watson, like I can't drop him, but like there's weeks where I don't want to play him, and like luckily Bill O'Brien's gone, but I was really eyeing Josh Allen on my draft board, and I didn't think
Hmm.
where I got Deshaun Watson, I thought I was gonna get Josh Allen there for my mocks. So it sucks to know that I drafted Deshaun Watson, he's playing like shit, and then Josh Allen's also popping off. So
Hmm.
that's and then David, yeah, how do you feel about this season? Any regrets?
Um, I kind of regret not dropping Jamison Crowder, to be honest, but I dropped him for James Robinson, so I can't be too mad about that, right?
That's not too
So
bad.
Yeah.
I wish I would have dropped like someone else, but besides that, we'll see how this trade I did with Jonathan turns out, maybe in a few weeks or so. That might turn out to be a regret, but who knows?
Okay.
I remember in the offseason, right as David dropped him, I put a bid for him, Jameson Crowder, and everyone's like, damn, are I spending money in the offseason? But I had to.
Had to, dude. Like, look, he's doing well. The slot
Yeah, he's doing well.
receiver.
He's doing well.
So,
That's what I'm saying.
all right, moving into our next segment, the shot bet counter. Roy still owes 3.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 3 separate ones, right? Because 5
Yeah,
was one.
3
bet.
from yeah.
And then Vin owes 2, which he did pay out. It's on
Mhm.
video.
You guys want to see? Yeah.
We can show that in a second, right? Do you have it pulled up? Can you switch?
Yeah, I
it
have
real
it
quick,
pulled
or-
up right now.
All right, so
I
yeah,
have
let's look at Vin owing 2 from last week, and you guys can decide if this is an acceptable poll.
Oh wait, Royce owes 4 because he didn't fill them up. He
Oh
didn't
yeah,
fill
that's
them
right.
up from last time, so we added 1 to his total, so that's 4.
That's right. So
All right.
Roy's 4, and you go ahead and pull that up.
Yeah, I'll pull it up. You guys want to join my my stream on Discord?
So let's watch
Okay.
this. And while he's playing that, Timmy owes 2 on this pod right now. All right, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
All right, I got Vin's pulled up. You guys see my stream on Discord?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. 16 seconds. That's what I like to see. All right,
Quick into the
let's go.
nice chill Tito's. Yeah, that's a good move right there. That's a good cheap
One of the
hard lick
dogs.
right there.
From the handle. All right, what do you guys think?
2, 4. I see. It's a good amount of bubbles for that
Yeah.
long.
Yeah,
I wish I could see a little. I wish I could see what was left. You know.
All right, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's get that. It's so short. Let's get that replay going.
That's a brand new bottle, right? See, you can pause it right when it stops.
Oh, okay. It's like right here. You see it? It's like a little bit
pretty good. That's
above
pretty
the
good.
label.
Pretty good pull.
That's pretty good. All right, acceptable for 2.
Yeah, for 2
It's
shots.
pretty
Yeah,
respectable
that's
for
it.
2. All right. You passed, Vin. You passed. Put some respect on Vin's name, dude. All right, back to the podcast. Timmy owes 2.
Yeah.
Toilet bowl preview. Bets between me and Timmy. We're gonna pay out together. I think we all owe
Oh,
a
yeah.
good amount of shots.
I
Right now,
owe 2 right now, I think.
I'll two
Right?
too. So me, we bet on the toilet bowl. If you bet on me, Nick, Ty, David, Timmy, you guys need a drink. Royce over under last week on the podcast. James and David are paying out. We have a special one for David there. And I also made some side bets with between Timmy and I. So I have to pay out for a George Kittle not being top 8, which I look like a freaking idiot. He looks like a monster out there. Allen Robinson as a top 20 wide receiver. Timmy has to pay out. And then I said Jared Goff was going to get greater than 18 points. And then that didn't happen, so I had to pay that out. So the tally for this week is David is 2 with a shotgun. I have 2. Timmy has 2. And then Nick, Ty, and James all have 1.
All right.
Bro, that, what's it called? AR was so lucky in that garbage time, bro.
Oh, boy, dude.
All right,
boys.
cheers.
Cheers.
1.
Oh.
Another 1. Cheers.
Quarantine really hit different, man.
Cheers.
I ain't used to that. I ain't looking forward to my shotgun. Should I do that right now too?
It's up to you.
Shit. All right, I'll do it. I'll do that at the end of the video. So actually, let's just do that after our new segment, therapy room. All right, before we get into the matchups.
Want to talk about trades from this week, or you want to jump into therapy?
No, yeah. Let's talk about trades.
Our reflections on Royce's trade. Did Royce fleece James?
I'm gonna say no because he also lost an RB1 in doing so. But
I don't
According to
know,
James-
bro. He got his backup, bro, and now he's gonna be the RB1 of the team.
you mean
Looking
RB2?
pretty good
I got the
Royce.
RB1, bro.
Please, man.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
According to James's standards, if you trade and you win, Royce gets an A+, and then James definitely gets an F.
Okay, but ODB, can we all agree ODB is not gonna get like 35 points? This is
I don't know.
again?
He looked pretty good last week, dog.
What about the
Dude, Dallas is garbage. That's why. Dallas is
Yeah, Dallas
garbage.
is garbage. Who? Yeah, Dallas is garbage.
Or,
I'd say I'd upgrade it from a F to a C. I'll say that. I'll say that. It's still a
that's fair.
bad trade though. He traded for two Browns players.
No, absolutely, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
he this is the right week. That was the right week to buy. So if he was trading for a win, then
Mhm.
that was the correct move, and he definitely bought a win that week.
Mhm.
All right, trading block. Some heat checks. How are you guys feeling about Clyde Edwards-Helaire? Would you trade for him? What would you trade for him?
I would trade for him. I don't like that he's getting off the field in the red zone. I don't like that, and I don't like how he's not involved in the passing game past week one. But I still view him. I mean, you want the Chiefs running back, so of course I'll trade for that. But um, who has him? Ty?
No,
Or
Michael
No,
does.
yeah,
Michael.
Michael has to temper his expectations from being. I think it was the fifth running back off the board. Yeah, he needs to
Yeah.
probably bring that down to like around 10 range, I'd say. But still pretty good. RB1 definitely.
Okay. So some kind of RB1. Michael's in an okay spot. Maybe some kind of package deal for him. Some
Yeah,
pretty high value package.
I would
All right.
definitely still be interested.
Heat check on Ganja, Timmy.
Timmy, heat check.
I want to say his Burrow's fucking dog,
I see he's
bro.
on your
Like,
bench, dude.
That's because
yeah, I
Tyler.
can't be starting him right now because I don't know. He's not getting that much separation. It looks like I don't know if it's because he's rusty or I don't know
He's
what's
washed.
happening.
That's why.
He's
Washed.
Nah, bro.
washed. I mean, you
But I
do
know
get
if I drop
rusty
him,
when you're washed. Am I right? He's rusty, and then he got left. He got left off outside of the team for like 2 years. So you do get a little rusty.
All right.
nah, I think he's just rusty and he's getting more and more snaps in as the weeks go by. So I think just give him a bit more time. And I know if I drop him, someone like me is gonna pick him up and he's just gonna blow up on his team.
Hey, you're doing us a
Hey,
service. Thank you very much.
that guy has the gates of Babylon. All right, so
For real.
Let's go with Timmy. Heat check on Jonathan Taylor. How do you feel about him? What would you trade for him, or would you trade for him?
Hmm. Who has him?
Need us.
he does.
0-4. He's holding on to Jonathan Taylor. What are you thinking about that? Any idea?
To be honest, I haven't really been watching the Colts that much. So, but isn't it a backfield that's like committee? Because I know Hines has been getting a lot of touches.
Last week it turned into a committee. Last week it definitely turned into a committee. He only had 17 touches when he was like, and that dropped a little bit. And then Wilkins was on the field a lot more, from what I was reading.
Yeah.
David, what do you think?
Jonathan Taylor is definitely trending downwards for me because the hype coming into the Marlon Mack injury was like he was gonna be like a
The next
surefire RB1 Christian McCaffrey
Mhm.
type, Alvin Kamara type player, like
peak, I thought
league
he was gonna be
winner.
yeah.
He was like without even playing a game, like Marlon Mack got injured. Everybody said he was an RB1 rest of the season, and he's definitely not gonna live up to that hype at the rate he's going at. So I definitely see him trending downwards. He's definitely not an RB1 in my eyes anymore. I kind of fell into the hype, to be honest, early on, but yeah, I don't see him as an RB1 rest of season in his current situation.
From what I've seen though, like I feel like the Colts still have some like kinks to work out with Rivers just joining the team. I feel like they just have a bunch of third and outs where they can't like capitalize on staying on the field, and that's sort of hurting his value.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure.
Yeah.
Josh Allen. I'm gonna give some input on this. I mean, then again, I'm pretty high on him, so I don't know if Jonathan's listening to this and how he feels about it, but I think Josh Allen's looking really nice this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I'm trying to gauge the quarterback. Like, if you have a quarterback one, what can you realistically trade for him? You know, like it's
Yeah.
kind of hard because you want to stream sometimes, but also you want that sure thing in your lineup. You know, like if he is a top 5 quarterback, maybe it's worth trading like a high end running back 2 for him.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a low end wide receiver 1, even if he is the truth, right?
Yeah.
What's your guys' take on Josh Allen? Anyone?
I'll go first. Josh Allen, I mean, there are levels to quarterback, you know, like you got the 20 to like 23 range quarterback. I definitely wouldn't trade anything for those guys, but Josh Allen's like averaging like 25 to 30 points a game, which
Yeah.
is pretty significant because I mean, I remember a time when quarterback you were happy with like 22, 20, 21, 22 points from a quarterback. But nowadays, if a quarterback scored like 22 points, that'd be like the quarterback 14 on the day, which is just not good enough for that position. And so I would trade low end um, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2 type player. If I was, let's say I had like the worst, like I started Gardner Minshew. Let's say I started Jared Goff in the week that he did really bad, and I just needed a reliable quarterback. I would go out and I would trade a low end, high end wide receiver 2 for Josh Allen.
Okay.
What about
You
you,
really think
Timmy?
I know Josh Allen's been balling out, but like for me, I never really saw the need for to trade for a quarterback or draft that highly of a quarterback. I feel like you can always find someone to stream that will put you like around 20 points. And then I think that's good enough for a QB. You'd rather have your points come from another position.
Okay, I agree with you there. So just a heat check on those kind of quarterbacks, right? Like you're thinking Josh Allen, Russell Wilson, etc.
Yeah.
Zeke, David, heat check on Zeke. Would you ship him for anything? What are you thinking about Zeke?
Zeke, you know, as much as I hate the Cowboys, you know, I you honestly, it's just because Dak is so shit and the defense is so shit that they have to throw so much, right?
I mean,
But
if Dak was
Yeah.
that shit, would he really be throwing that much?
yeah,
Like
I
Dak
mean,
throwing, right?
but
Like otherwise, if Dak was shit, you'd arguably get Zeke running the ball way more.
yeah, no, I can't argue with like 10 receptions a game, 10 targets a game, like 8 targets a game because they're in trash time and garbage time, and they're giving them the dink and dunks. You can't argue with that. So you can't get mad at that. So even when they're behind by a lot, I see Dak is involved in the passing game. So right now I would not trade him for anything except
Okay.
for like well, nothing. I wouldn't trade him.
Okay. So he's on your he's not on your trade block whatsoever.
Yeah, unless you gave me like Alvin Kamara plus a wide receiver 2 for Zeke, then
Plus,
I would do
I
that.
Dog
Why
shit
would
right
I
now.
not do that? Come on.
All right,
but
David, you
but right,
check on David.
David Johnson.
David, yeah. Since you traded him away, what's your heat check on David Johnson now?
I think he's like I wouldn't say he's fire, but I say he's heating up real quick. Like 2 shots in a row. 2 shots in a row, he's heating up, balls back right now. So I think next
Okay.
matchup, whoever Ongi, just you just bench your whole bench, just put David Johnson in, and you'll probably beat me.
That's toxic. Give me anything about David Johnson. How do you feel about him? You like him? You don't like him?
um
Off on him?
last season was already kind of bad for him, and then this year, like the Texans just look so bad without Nook that I just don't really want part of the Texans. So I feel like that's hurting his value.
Okay. All right. Let's move into our new segment. Go ahead and introduce it, David.
All right, so this next game that we're playing is called Therapy Room. So we'll each have like 1 or 2 questions for each of the co-host, right? And we'll kind of walk each other through some pain points that each other might be feeling throughout the season, and like just talk through, just like mental health type of podcast right now. So I gotta make sure my boy Timmy is doing all right with his life. I haven't heard from him since the draft, about how his team's doing. He's just been keeping quiet. Just gotta check in, make sure, take him down from the edge. So that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna do the therapy room. All right. So
David,
hmm?
yeah, go ahead and start us off, David. I think you have the
Yes.
most questions. Do one each, and then we'll go back in a circle and then back to you.
Yeah.
Sounds good?
Yeah. Sounds good. So I'll do one to Chris, and then I'll do one to Timmy, and then you. Or like actually me and Chris. No. Okay. So I'll do Chris, and then Timmy does Chris. Timmy, you have a question for Chris?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
All right, we'll do
Okay.
Chris, and then we'll do me, and then we'll do Timmy for last.
Sounds
All
good.
right,
Sounds good.
sounds
All
good.
right.
Sounds good. All right. So Chris, how did it make you feel when you scored 150 in week 3, and Marcus hung a 160 on your ass to give you the 1-2, but he's given free wins out to Royce.
Dude, you know, CMC give it and take it, right? Like you said, as CMC stays off IR, he's going to be hurt, and he definitely is hurting after that CMC drop. He's still looking for some guidance, and I feel for him. But oh man, that was a tough loss to stomach. If you saw, like I was acting like a little baby. I put everyone on the trading block, and yeah, it's been tough seeing him come down after we had the episode saying he's a reliable high scorer, blah 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 blah, and here
Yeah.
he is shooting out like 95 points,
Yeah.
60. It's like, what is this freelo shit, right? Like,
Yeah. You need
I
at
was like,
least 140 to beat Marcus.
yep,
And then Royce beats him with like 100.
freezing cold takes from
Yeah,
us.
it feels bad.
Definitely tilting. So
All
yeah,
right.
that was a rough loss to stomach. Dr. Timmy, what do you got for me?
I had the same one kind of, but I'm gonna change it. So yeah, my first question was like, how do you deal with having these close matchups? But now I'm gonna ask. Let me think real quick.
Just to build off that, while Timmy thinks, the fantasy football gods giveth and the fantasy footballs taketh. They give me that loss by 2
Mhm.
points, and they give me a close win with 97 points.
Oh,
so
yeah. Wait,
it really be like that sometimes.
Mhm.
It really be
All
like
right.
that.
All right, I'll do that. How do you feel about not taking my Kittle trade now that you've seen Kittle?
Nah, dude, I won this week. I'm good. I'm chilling, dude.
All right. He has a W.
Kittle for Ridley.
I respect that.
We're chilling, dude. We're chilling.
All right, Chris. How all right, I'm gonna show you an object on my webcam, all right? And
Okay.
gut reaction, just tell me just first 1 or 2 words that come to your mind when you see it, all right?
All right.
All right,
Tell
you
me what is
ready? All
what is
right.
up.
How does this make you feel?
Fuck, dude. What is this gonna be? Is it up?
Yeah. How does this goose egg make you feel, dude,
It
about Calvin Ridley?
makes me feel good because for my real life team, Jair Alexander is the truth.
Are you sure?
Dude,
'Cause
Jair Alexander is the truth.
this goose egg real quick, all right? Chris.
I got the dub and I got the stomach that I have a legit lockdown cornerback. So I'm good. I'm
All
chilling.
right. Are you sure? Has point corrections not gone through yet?
I think if it goes through, it would go through today.
All right.
Right?
All right. Chris is feeling good, so good therapy session. He doesn't really need it. He's hanging high off of a dub. Just checking in on you, Chris. All right, and we'll do me next, and we'll save Timmy for last.
All right, David. So I'll jump in right here. David, how are you feeling about? Or Timmy, you want to go? Timmy, you can go first, just because David did take
Yeah.
take a
All
question.
right, I'm gonna ask David. How do you feel about 2 of your players getting injured after you answered the "Who do you want to see getting hurt most" question?
All I'm gonna say is the fantasy gods have forsaken me after holding Lev Bell out. So I don't believe in that voodoo shit. All right. So that's all I have to say. When Lev Bell held out for the season, I was done praying. I was done praying to Broden. I'm done praying to the fantasy gods because they have turned their backs on me.
Damn, bruh.
Now I know you're going back to the toilet, dude. You're gonna have to learn like an instrument while you're freaking drawing caricatures at the beach this year.
Nah. All right.
All right. My question for you, David, is how do you feel? How do you feel facing your trade rate partner when DJ Chark and David Johnson put up a good amount of points and beat you last week?
You
How was
know,
it feel to be matchup with your trade rate partner?
I knew DJ Chark was going to have a good week. I knew that in my bones when I drafted him. But it really, it sucks, man. It's that's troll as hell. Why'd I? Whatever. But it's okay. I believe in my depth, and I believe in my depth, and I believe that Julio will win me a week back. He has the potential to win me back a week, so I just gotta wait.
It's rough. You have to wait. Being at 2-2, like if you could have snuck out that win, that would have been a lot nicer. I think that wraps it up with those questions for
All right.
David's.
All right,
So
all
let's
right.
go.
Well, we'll start Timmy off with an easy one. I already gave him this one as an example, but I have two more for him. So for the first question, Timmy, how did it make you feel when there was chatter about you going 0-4 with me being AFK?
Alright. Bro, all people see is my record, the 0-3. But what they don't see is the points I'm putting up week in and week out, bro. Like, I'm barely losing these weeks. And each time is because one of their players has the best game they ever had, bro. Like, it's such bull that I don't even know what else to say, bro.
All right.
I'm glad you got to get that off your chest. So,
Mhm.
even learning more about it this week, I want to ask you, Timmy, how do you feel after the week 3? How'd you feel? Mentally, where were you at after the week 3 loss against your arch nemesis Michael? Close games, and he utilized the taunt message for the first time in.
Oh, that was that.
Let me pull up the phone and quote, "Eat shit, Timmy."
The first message, dude, that was a savage.
How do you feel?
I'm just guessing that Michael has like the same person he always wants to beat each year, being me. So I think that's why he sent that. But like, that already got me tilted. And then on top of that, Lockett getting like, what was it, 2 touchdowns from the 1 yard line rather than it going to Chris Carson. That just tilts the shit out of me, bro.
He had 2 like goal line touchdowns too. Like he chopped up some goal line. Yeah. Oh man.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. That seems like Timmy has to walk. We have to walk Timmy away from the edge, bro. All right, Timmy. Look at the webcam. Look at the webcam, all right? When I ask you when you answer this question, I want you to look directly at the webcam, all right? Will you finally admit the ganja is a straight bum?
No, bro. And that's why I'm keeping him on my team.
Dude.
You.
That's cap, bro. All right. Chris,
Bro, I don't know if you've been seeing the same games as me, but Burrows throws them. I don't know why, but they're just like shittier. Like when he throws to Boyd or Higgins, like those throws are nice.
That's because he's not where he's supposed to be, dude. All right, Chris, you have another question?
No, I think that does it
All
for
right.
our.
No, I have one last question. I have one last question for Timmy. If you could please
Alright.
watch my stream, I have something to show. All right.
Alright, yeah, I'm
Is
watching.
This
everybody
weird watch
ready?
this.
Yeah, man.
How does this image make you feel, Timmy? What type
Oh,
of emotion?
that's toxic.
What type of emotions does this picture make you feel?
That is so
For
toxic,
our
bro.
SoundCloud listeners, I showed him a picture of Dalvin Cook tearing his ACL.
Dude,
But
let it be known that David is going straight to the toilet, dude.
how does that picture make you feel, Timmy? All right.
Bro, David holds on to Madison every year, praying that Cook gets an injury. But like,
Damn,
bro,
that's
the
toxic.
game wouldn't be the same without Cook in the game.
All right, whatever.
I don't know. You've been watching me these games, but the runs Cook are making are fucking nice.
All right. So you're doubling down on Dalvin Cook. All right, so that was it for our therapy session. And
David, take your
so I have me and Chris last episode. We made a shotgun bet, and that Royce would score less than 50 points.
less
Or
than
no,
100
100 points. Sorry,
points.
50 points. Damn, I was confident back then, bro. All right, so I'll stand up and I'll take this in front of everybody.
I'd like to bless James for
Be right back.
helping make that happen. Yeah, that was a great segment from David. But also, yeah, thank you, James, for making that trade happen. Dialing in the freaking Browns, the Anaheim Browns, and just going off on the Cowboys. Holy shit, that was worth. That was definitely worth.
All right, got key open this.
He's still
Haven't
looking
done-
for it.
haven't done
If you're
it since high school or freaking college, bro.
He's looking for some.
All right, you
Let's
guys
listen.
want the ASMR or you want me to take
Yeah.
off the headset?
ASMR, unless you're afraid of your head. You know what?
Nah, I'll move it away. All right. Shit. All right. Shit. I just watched this.
That's pretty ballsy. He's doing this in the middle of his room, by the way, so this is pretty ballsy.
Yeah, holy shit. Respect.
Yeah, I put some respect on that. Oh. That's kind of
Let's
soft.
go.
Dude. That's kind of soft. There it is.
There it is. Let's
Damn.
go.
That was tough.
We're gonna have to burn through this podcast before David gets double it on this podcast
Yo,
right now.
we gotta go. We gotta go. I spilled some,
All
right?
Let's look into the week week
Sorry.
4. David and I got 3 out of 6 this week. David got 2 out of 6 this week. Our deciding game was Timmy and me. Thank you, Timmy, for that. Timmy,
Yes, sir.
David definitely took a shot for that. We're bad at predicting games, obviously, because James lost, David lost, and Marcus lost. Definitely, quote unquote, upset by our standards. Looking into the power rankings that James just posted last night. Quick takes. Nick finally getting what he wanted. I think he's roster debating right now.
I think he's in his third, like maybe the third stroke, like third time today.
His prostate is definitely looking real. You know, the stonks on his prostate are definitely up. He's commanding the top of the league with a 2.14 power ranking.
Mhm.
The biggest this week was myself with 5. Other people jump in are Nick, Jonathan, Royce, Ty, and Timmy. Biggest slide this week is James with 6, and other people sliding is Marcus, Vincent, James. Me sits at 12. Jonathan is increasing each week, now at 2nd, which was a quick take I had to make. And then I thought, always that range that's really tight is 4, 5, and 6. Could all be 4th pretty much. They're all right there within a range of half a point in their power ranking range.
Yeah,
Obviously, I don't know the power ranking range, but half a point isn't too much. Any quick takes on power rankings, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah. Obviously, Nick and Jonathan have really strong teams. It's surprising how much a loss in the week lowers your power ranking, right? I
Mhm.
like because you don't expect James' team to perform 60 points in a week, right? But he
Yeah.
slid all the way down to 11. So
Mhm.
I'm really surprised how much a points put up per game and losses really count into this algorithm. But I definitely don't think James should be in the 11th spot.
It might have counted the Austin Eckler getting 2 and then Austin Eckler being out for a good amount of the season. I can see that being part of the
And
answer.
he has Kenyon Drake as well,
Oh
right?
yeah, Kenyon Drake. You're right.
Yeah.
But everything seems all right. Royce is still a little bit too high, but it might be time to be putting some respect on Royce's team. Nah, nah, I'm capped, dude. All right, moving on to the matchups.
104
Or did you guys?
points per game. This guy's 104 points per game, and he's freaking in the 5th place right
You
now.
know,
So
if ODB didn't go for like 30 and he went for like 15, I would have won the shot or the bet, I think.
I can see that. Yeah,
He would have scored like 98, 99, something like. It
yeah,
would be close though. It was a good
yeah.
line.
That was a good line, right? All right,
Yeah,
so
it was a
let's get going.
good.
Jumping into Timmy, you have any takes you have on the graphs that James puts up?
Mm, let's see. Pretty much agree with what you guys said. I think, yeah, Royce's team should not be up that high. He's just been getting lucky playing teams that barely put up 100 and barely winning those games.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What
And
about your
then-
ranking?
Oh yeah, hey, congrats to you by the way, being the 1-3 team and then jumping up over the other 2-2 teams, over Vintuk and James. So good shit on that.
Yeah,
How do you
like I said before, I don't think my record shows what my team is. I also haven't had Kittle, so yeah, we'll see how in a few weeks. But I haven't really been stressing that hard. I'm kind of glad now that the trades that I offered to people, it didn't take.
Mm. It could
And yeah,
have easily been 0-4 if you took, like, for example, if I should count really two, you could have had a goose egg versus the big Kittle game, shit like that. So
yeah. I also made some offers to James, and now those guys are hurt. So
Yeah.
All right. So good. So you've been praying to Broden then.
yes,
All right.
sir.
So we'll jump right into our predictions. First matchup, James versus Chris. I'll go first, and we'll let Chris go last.
Okay.
So I see Chris winning, of course. Not of course. But I think it's so last week was supposed to be Drake's pop off week, right? But he didn't perform and he got a little bit banged up in that game. So he also has a good matchup this week. So but besides Kenyon Drake and the running backs, the roster is pretty even, to be honest. It could go 50-50 either way, and I think if Drake performs how he was drafted to perform, James might win, but it's not looking like that, so I pick Chris to win. Timmy?
I'm gonna have to go with Chris this week. I feel like his receivers are slightly better than James. Calvin Ridley had a goose egg last week, but we expect that guy to pop off. I think the biggest difference maker in this matchup is going to be their tight ends. Both of them are just like okay tight ends that you're hoping for either one of them to get a TD. So I feel like whoever gets their tight end to pop off is going to win this matchup.
All right.
for sure. And my analysis is that I don't have Aaron Jones this week, so that definitely makes it tough for me. And yeah, the way what David said, if Drake is trending the way he is, I think I can see any running back too I put in to put the same amount of points as Drake. The matchup I see James needing for a win is Hollywood Brown and his flex play. So whatever
Yeah.
pops off between those two, if they hit their ceilings, then he'll be good. Otherwise, I got myself winning this game. Jumping into the second matchup, we got Vin and Ty. Vin coming off a tough loss, half a point, and Ty coming in hot with a 2 wins. So who do you guys, Timmy? Who do you got going into that game?
I think I got Vin winning this week. Even without Saquon, I feel like Ty is also kind of hurting at RB.
Mhm.
Vin possibly gets AJ Brown this week, which would be a big addition to his team. And he also picked up Ayuk, who's been looking really good.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree with Timmy. Is this the first week Vin gets to play AJ Brown? Second week, I think. So AJ Brown comes back, there'll definitely be a boost because he's been running like I think Preston Williams, which has not been getting it done.
Yeah.
Ty is missing a running back, so I think James White and James Conner will get it done over Mark Ingram. I don't see Mark Ingram doing too much in that committee for the rest of the season, so I think this one also goes to Vin. Chris?
I'm gonna keep riding the hot hand right now, and I'm gonna go with Ty this week. Definitely some variation we needed between us, David and I, but I just think Ty's team has been hot. Ty's been trying to make moves. I haven't seen too many moves from Vin, like trade wise. Like Ty made it, Ty made a trade. He's been buying his wins, so he's been putting in that work. And I think as long as he keeps managing it, he's gonna keep trending in the right direction, which is more action I've seen whatsoever. Um, I think I lean slightly towards Ty's wide receivers. So if they're all healthy, if Mike Evans is healthy and everyone's playing to full strength, I think Ty can sneak out this win with his wide receiver play.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Uh,
we'll hop right into the next one. It's Michael versus Marcus. Timmy, what do you think about this matchup?
Like I said before, I always want to see Michael to lose. But this matchup's kind of hard because, let's see, Fook obviously doesn't have CMC, while we don't know, is Cam Newton going to play? Do we know that?
I don't think so.
I think the timeline's not going to add up because when it comes to recovering from COVID.
Yeah, they require
Okay.
at least 10 days negative results. And so he won't play this week. He'll play next week, I think.
I see. All right.
Yeah, I see.
I think in this.
Go ahead.
All right, sorry.
Gonna you finish?
I think in this matchup, the biggest difference maker is gonna be their QBs, because Matt Ryan has not been doing that great for fantasy wise, along with their tight ends. Because Michael just picked up Dalton Schultz, and he's been looking pretty good recently. But we'll see if this trend continues. We'll see if the Cowboys keep needing to throw, or if they're gonna turn to Zeke running it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris?
I'll jump into this. I have Michael winning this week. I think Marcus is hurting. I think both teams are kind of hurting at running back. Clyde Edwards-Helaire hasn't been doing too well, and then Jared McKinnon's kind of is the main running back right now. He did score. It is loading right now. I hope it loads. Sleepers. A sleeper on the platform on Google is on web browser is kind of garbage, but
Yeah.
I think it'd be whoever has the higher wide receiver score, and I just think Michael's wide receivers are going to outscore. It's going to be that Lockett Metcalf. Who gets more touchdowns and more points there, and I like the Tyreek Hill play there. So, and Deebo Samuel just came off injury. I think it's the second game versus Miami. I hope they get him going a little bit more. So I have Michael edging this out. What do you think, David?
Yeah, I also see Michael edging this one out, but it's honestly a lot closer than it seems on paper. Because we have Deontay Johnson coming back from injury, right? Before he
Yeah.
got injured, he was like looking like a clear cut wide receiver, high end wide receiver 2, low end wide receiver 1, and
Yeah.
so he's coming back. He'll probably won't be um probably won't be as productive his first game back, but again, I do think the key matchup here is Lockett versus DK Metcalf. It's just whoever blows up harder between the Seattle Seahawks, because they are against Minnesota, so touchdowns are going to be happening. It just depends if it's Lockett or DK, and I think that's the key matchup to watch. So
Yeah.
they'll both be watching the Seattle game.
All right. And we got the 2-3. The only 2-3. No, is there 3-3-1 teams?
No, it's Royce too.
Okay, so we got Royce and Nick. The 2-3-1 teams going against each other. We got Jonathan going in another game, but yeah, both 3-1 teams going into this matchup. David, who do you got winning this game between Nick and Royce?
I have Nick winning. Honestly, Nick's team looks really strong right now. Kamara is playing well. Was Michael Thomas out last game? I think so. So he
Yeah.
should be coming back, but high ankle injuries, they won't be the same
Mhm.
early on. So watch for Kamara to keep getting the load that he's been getting. I do see Melvin Gordon carry count coming down with Lindsey coming back from injury,
Mhm.
but no Chubb. He was acting like a running back one, and so Kareem Hunt's the next one up, but he loses that 1-2 punch of Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and so I think Nick wins this one out pretty easily. I don't think Royce's team is that strong, and he lost his running back one. So what about
Go ahead, Timmy. You have any say on that? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree with David. I feel like either way, Nick has this dub, even without Chris Godwin and him having to play Darius Slayton, who isn't the best. I feel like Nick's like RBs are so strong. Mike Davis is looking pretty good. In the meantime, that CMC is not playing, and Kamara is just insane. Like, I don't see how Royce's team wins unless the Browns just go off.
yeah?
And I agree with you guys that the Anaheim Browns have a tough matchup in Indianapolis. You Chubb and Odell Beckham facing Indy, and I think they're a pretty decent defense. So we'll see how this Browns investment goes. But as long as Nick's starters stay healthy, it's Nick no contest as long as they're healthy.
Mhm.
Next matchup we got Jonathan and
Oh
Yee,
God.
number 2 seed versus the number 12 seed. So I'll start off with that. I think he loses out on his Green Bay stack as well. Green Bay's got a bye, so Aaron Jones, and not even a chance of Devontae being there, even though he hasn't had him. Also, he loses his Adrian Peterson Noble Phantasm, and unless he gets 3 ceiling plays off the waiver wire, which he didn't bid for, didn't even have a bid.
I have no idea. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think Jonathan wins this, even if we talked about this low floor, high ceiling, which he's started to meme. Even if he has his floor this week, I think he easily handles me. What do you got, David?
I agree. Like with his noble phantasms on a bye week, like you can't have any chance against Jonathan's team. It's just looking really strong right now. So I don't, and making no waiver wire pickups this week is really gonna hurt him. So it's not really much to talk about here. Timmy?
All right. Timmy, anything to say about that?
Yeah, it's tough for Knee this week with 2 buys. Ty's not playing how Knee expected him to. And then Jonathan's receivers, just any one of them can go off any given week. So it's scary to go up against that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll move on to the matchup of the week.
That's my week.
Me and Timmy going heads up. I'll start first. Timmy go second, and then Chris will be the tiebreaker. So of course I got myself going up. I think the key matchup here is Scotty Too Hottie Miller versus whatever garbage Timmy has on his bench. And so I think the running backs are relatively even. We got Zeke, Gibson, and Robinson going against Carson, Dalvin Cook. He's probably only gonna play half the game because he's gonna get injured in the other half.
Fuck's sake.
And Ronald Jones. I think that's relatively even. So the key matchup here is the wide receivers. What about you, Timmy?
Yeah, I also agree. It's probably my receivers, as that's the weaker link of my team, along with my QB, because I've just been streaming. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Being the tiebreaker, I'm sorry, David, my co-host, but I'm leaning
That's
Timmy.
some bullshit.
The chef is cooking. The chef is definitely cooking, and that's barring injury, right? Because David keeps trying to push this black magic over there. But Kitto's looking like the only receiving threat on San Francisco. They're playing Miami. The backup quarterback is going to look at the best weapon. David has a tough week without Julio and Galladay, and David really is hoping that his 1 week buys pan out between Scotty Too Hottie and whoever else he decides to play. Yeah, but I think I think I'm leaning Timmy with this matchup.
All right.
All right, you guys sharp betting this? How you guys feeling?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yes,
shot bet
sir.
this. We'll kick this thing up to, what do you say, like 7 shots in a
7
row.
shots? You sure you want to do that to yourself? Like, I'll take that.
In a row.
Shit, I'm gonna witness
Easy.
David. I'm witness
Easy.
David taking 7 shots.
All right, let's get this going. 7 shot bets
Let's
in a row.
go.
Let's go.
We're not gonna finish this podcast next week if you
You
lose.
heard it here, boys.
we'll stay tuned. I'm gonna do that at the beginning of the show. Yeah, I'm blasted right now, but
Dude, you blasted on 2 shots.
yo,
and a
I
shotgun.
shotgunned it, bro. Yo, let's get this thing moving. We'll hop right into the roast, bro. I've been lit since the beginning of the matchups, but we'll move right on to the roast. So first roast is first and second seeds are rookies, all skill, GG, easy. So we'll hop over to Chris. Chris, you being the only champ in this podcast right now, how do you feel about that?
Let them talk the talk. They're in a position to let them talk the talk, but just know that we're gonna, when I get my belt, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is.
Yeah. Just know whatever happens can also happen in reverse. That's all I'm gonna say.
Absolutely.
Next question.
Timmy, you want to answer? Ask this question. You want to ask this question?
Timmy, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sure.
Ask this question.
Ask it.
Which player would you like to see injured the most? I already know the answer. I don't even know why I'm asking this.
All right. Alvin Kamara.
Let's talk, dude.
Alvin Kamara. All right. Next question. All right, Chris, abstaining or what?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Did you enjoy your one and only week at the top spot?
All I'm gonna say is, why'd you gotta do Marcus like that? Next question. All right, Timmy, you want to read this last question?
Yeah, sure. Fuck all the haters that trashed on my trade. You know who this is, boy.
So that's obviously Jonathan. So we'll move on to the next question. All right. So other questions, and all right. Thank you everybody every week for submitting questions to the podcast. We really appreciate it. First question is, who do you think makes the next blockbuster trade?
I think Royce is always in the running for this shit. Royce is always trigger happy with his trade. I think Vintuk needs some work, and I think Ty needs some work. So I can see any of those 3 being the next. If I had to put my money on it, I'm gonna go with Royce, because Royce is actually he's actually trading. So
yeah,
good or bad, he's actually trading.
And we keep bagging on his team, and we have to be getting in his head. He has to be realizing his team's bad,
Dude,
right?
rent free. Dude, we're living in his head rent free.
Yeah.
Who do you guys think, Timmy? Timmy, who do you think? Blockbuster trade.
I would say James, even though it's kind of hard for him now that some of his players are injured. I think other than that, probably Ty or Royce. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of weak on some positions
Mhm.
that they could probably trade for.
Okay.
Yeah,
Xavier?
Ty Royce, but also I'd like to throw Vin in the mix. I'm really surprised he didn't make a move this weekend.
Mhm. Was that
Honestly, he's still in the game. He
bet
just
that
needs to be. Go ahead.
Did you shot bet that Vincent would make a
I don't think
trade
so. I
this?
just was really sure about it.
Okay. But yeah, sorry.
But yeah, I mean, Vin took, I feel like, is one piece away from being in the mix. He just needs to trade rape one person, and he's in the mix. You know, because
Um,
you barely squeaked out a win. I barely squeaked out a win if he played his perfect lineup.
yeah,
So yeah, he's one piece away. So look for him
for
to
sure.
make a trade. All right, is
Alright.
Timmy's team for real? Hell no, it ain't for real. This
Shot
guy
bet
got
that.
so we already
Shot
did. We
bet
put
that.
7 on it already.
You guys put 7? You guys finalized 7?
Yeah, we put 7 on it in a row.
I'm with it.
No breaking it up like Royce did. Pussy.
I
All right, all
Alright.
right.
So it has to be. I'm gonna put it down as it has to be with 7 shots and you had support up. I'm gonna put it at a minute and a half for you guys. Okay, I'm gonna set that line.
Oh,
Okay, and then you're pushing through. If it's over a minute and a half, it's not in a row. Then you guys owe 2 more shots on top on a different time.
all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We'll see. We'll do
I
that. We'll do that. All
It's
right.
1 minute and a half. You guys okay with 1 minute and a half? You guys need like 2 minutes. How do you guys feel?
Minute and a half. I mean, it's been quarantine. I haven't been drinking hard alc that much, right?
that's true.
So let's say like 2 minutes. 2 minutes is good. 2 minutes is
2
good.
minutes. Because I mean, Royce had 5 minutes for 5. So if you guys can get
Yeah.
7 shots in under 5 minutes, you're better than Royce. But
Yeah.
why are you holding yourself?
We'll do 2 minutes. 2 minutes is good.
If is Timmy's team for real? If redraft happened this week, top 10's a lot. Who would you go with your top 5? Top 3 or top 5? Your choice. How you guys feeling about that? I'm gonna start off. I'll go Zeke, Kamara, in one of those orders. I'll go. I think Aaron Jones
Dalvin? Oh yeah.
belongs in that talk. I think Dalvin Cook belongs in that talk. And then wide receiver wise, I think I would still go Devontae. I think I would probably still go Devontae even with his hamstring injury, and he should be back soon. At this point in time.
All right. Timmy, you got a top 5 off the top of your head?
Definitely agree with Kamara, Zeke, Dalvin being up there. As for receivers, it's kind of harder to gauge.
Mhm.
Probably, I think Nook's been looking really good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Receivers are kind of more hard to gauge.
All right. I'll do so Zeke, Kamara, Dalvin Cook. I'd even go as far as to put James Robinson in the mix. So
Cap, now we know you
I,
would.
I put Dalvin Cook in the
Big
mix. But yeah, let's see. Nick Chubb was doing pretty well. I put Chris Carson probably in that top 5, top 7 mix. Also, for wide receivers, maybe Tyler Lockett or DK. I don't think DK's rate is sustainable. So I'd probably put Lockett in that top 5. I'd put Hopkins in the top 5. And I put Tyreek Hill in the top 5 too. I think it'd probably go Tyreek. I'd probably go DeAndre, Tyreek, maybe Lockett because of
Okay.
all the injuries.
Okay. Oh yeah. Why
Mike,
can't we ever get
go ahead.
GG from Vincent?
God, that guy is also forsaken the booty gods. So he's like me. We don't believe in that superstition. So there. God has
Is it
forsaken him.
season or has it always been you can never get a GG from him?
I think you can't get a GG from him if his team loses that week, like his
Yeah.
Ravens team. I think
Oh,
True,
I
true.
think that's part of it. If Ravens lose, Vin ain't in a good mood. That's for sure.
the Ravens won this week too, though,
Yeah,
and I
but
still didn't get a G from me.
I mean, he lost by like 0.2 points, so that I wouldn't GG that, dude. All right, would you rather fight Andy Reid once a week or JJ Watt once a year?
Oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, I'm not fighting JJ Watt whatsoever. I'm gonna get my. I'm gonna die, dude. I'll fight Andy Reid once a week. He's a
Once a
big dude.
week?
Once a week.
52 times, dude.
He's a big dude, and I can probably outrun. If it's like UFC like rules, I can probably outrun him enough.
All right. I'd probably
Is it
do.
like you're locked in a space or like
Yeah, I think
you could just
I
dip?
imagine a UFC octagon type. Or is this fight until one of them is down type of match? Or
I don't
what?
know. I
All
don't
right.
know.
I'd probably do JJ Watt, just get it one and done. Right? Get knocked on my feet and then just be done.
I might break all my shit for the year. Like I might be out for half a year. It wouldn't be worth it.
All right. What about you, Timmy?
I'm gonna have to agree with David. I'd probably go JJ Watt once a year, like just get my ass kicked once rather than I don't know, some big guys can like put their weight in a punch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like and really fuck you up. And
Yeah.
once a week, bro, that's a lot.
That's a lot of fighting, bro. Let's say he wins half of those, dude. I get my ass beat 32 times.
I
For
want the
real.
I want the smoke, dude. I want all of it. All right.
All right.
Any tips for me? I'm gonna start off with this one, dude. Knee, please hit the waivers, dude. Hit the waiver. You have $200. You're going into the week, dude. Please go hard in the paint on the waivers. All right.
I mean, these last few weeks have been good for waivers. You got startable assets. You got Mike
Yeah.
Davis. You got Josh Kelly was last week too, I think. Like you have a bunch of startable, and you have like who's like a wide receiver you can find on the waiver wire.
Like I think Scotty Miller is a decent play
Like
this
Russell
week.
Gage too, you can find him on the
Yeah,
waiver
yeah.
wire. MVS, Alan Lazard before he got hurt. Yeah, and my piece of that, stop starting Adrian Peterson. Like that guy's a straight bum. Just stop doing that. Did you see that stat? He could have got 155 points if he played his perfect lineup. So just stop playing Adrian Peterson, dude.
I feel like this is where me and you are similar. We have like those players who will always draft, will always play because we remember past years. And that's why I can understand you not wanting to drop his players for some no name who has like one good week on the waiver wire because we're like, we've seen what these other ballers can do and it ain't worth it to drop them, you know?
All right, whatever, dude.
Y'all washed it.
Yo, all right. And that's all we have for the show. Does anybody else have anything to say?
No, just good luck this week. All you guys, good luck this week. Good luck between you two with 7 shots on the line. That's some big boy stuff. I'd probably be out on that bet myself. That's some big boy shit right there. But yeah, good
right.
luck this week, guys.
All right, good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
See ya. See you next week.
Peace.
Hey.